And I'm waking up. But I'm never a sign. Alchemy on a skateboard. What? Yeah, this is my Boy Scout shirt. You can get this at zachzyz.com. As you yourself are aware, the wares there are very high quality and soft and stylish. Yeah. Mhm. Do I take writing requests? Why would I do that? What good would come of that? Let's. Soon you will see, if you hang out for a second, that this writing just takes eons. Like I've been working on this novel for 10 years. So yeah. As soon as I'm done with this novel and the two other unfinished ones, and getting a short story into a magazine, then I will take your writing request. I would fuck it up anyway. Only you can write your story. Good lord. Hmm. Did Jigsaw get fired? No. What happened to Jigsaw? No, he wouldn't PM me. We're not friends like that. Yeah. Remember, I am continually accusing him of fucking Jigsaw, not Jig. Well, what the fuck is going on? Just type the news. Uh, oh, is she dead? Yeah, she probably should be dead. I was trying to remember her name the other day because Sunsea is similarly crazy. Um, but keep in mind, like there are so many of these fucking people. Yeah, she died of an OD. Good. Finally, she's at fucking peace. That lady was tortured. Um, yeah, man. I encouraged her to get help, and she was too fucking crazy, absolutely insane. And well, now she's on the list. Yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing you can do for a paranoid schizophrenic. Like, just nothing will help them at all. Like some slight cases can get medication and like maintain, but eventually they're just gonna go fucking crazy. You just can't do a fucking thing. Uh, yeah, he highlighted the news in Chan this morning. I mean, keep in mind, like that was completely involuntary from me. This is just some woman who showed up and became obsessed with me apropos of fucking nothing, and then just spent 2 or 3 years sending me crazy shit and making death threats and stuff like that. She's really quite insane. And then so the crown there was Perak fucking trying to bend her against me, and she was like, "No, I'm crazy. I can't do that." He found her in like a moment of lucidity, and then as he realized like, oh, she's actually like insane, um, the he even like realized he was doing something terrible, but it was too late. But yeah, like I will tell you that I encourage that woman many times to seek professional help. But I'm aware that there's nothing they can fucking do. So she's gone. And I can tell you some other people that are going to be gone in the same fucking way because they're just as crazy, and we can see it. I mean, people are gonna troll on it or whatever there, but that lady was just fucking batshit, dude. There is very little that I could say that would like get through in any kind of way or context or whatever. Yeah, I had to find out like way too much about her life too, like her ex-husbands and stuff like that. She's leaving behind children that have been taken away from her. So there's that aspect of it there. And I mean, just the lucky thing is I'm not easy to find, so I don't get like the Letterman, waking up with some strange woman in your bed, like, "Hey, I missed you." Like that shit doesn't often happen to me, but it could, like it's. The thing is, like, my stream is so small. right? Like on a good night, 100 people total are gonna watch this thing. 100 people, and I don't know. I guess I'm getting off light. It could be me that's dead. Um, but yeah, that's just a consequence of modern life, man. Like human beings weren't meant to take this shit, and some of them can't, and that's just all there is to it. And some terrible environmental factors, just like a lot of chemicals getting pumped into us that we as apes are not equipped to handle some of the shit that we're ingesting and some of the stimulus that's hitting us and so forth. And we're so slow to develop in response. But yeah, so that isn't going to distract me from my rewriting or anything, knowing that I murdered somebody, which is as much as people who aren't idiots will know that I had nothing to do with this one for like the next month, like QPT, etc. Like, you murdered that. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I can look forward to that there. Just like people that did the same shit when Emmy died, who was another fent overdose there. When she died, they at the time they were accusing her of killing douchebag, right? And these are IRC chatters, right? And then after a while, who were they? They were accusing somebody of killing Emmy. I can't remember who. It just they like went around just trying to fucking pin her death on somebody. And I guess this happens a lot of the time, where in like these suicide cases or overdose cases or whatever, it's never like, hey, this person was a junkie and it was just a matter of time. It's always like, who can we pin the blame on? Because the person who was dead didn't have any accountability for themselves or culpability for their own behavior or so forth. And it's been happening that way since like the dawn of time. People are very loath to attribute responsibility to somebody who has passed on. We have like a cultural thing where we try not to speak ill of the dead and forgive them their trespasses and so forth. But still, there are people who they see somebody who's dead and they want to know why. Why did this happen? Like, why is this chatter not with us anymore, et cetera, et cetera. And so then they'll just latch on to whoever. Like fucking Angie is getting blamed for like the lit up thing still getting like creepy messages from people, and her tactic has just been to be like, all right, yeah, I guess I'm responsible or whatever, just accept it and not care. And yeah, it's our chat time is limited. Yeah, maybe I should just abandon this pursuit and go back to chatting and savor every second. Mm-hmm. If we're going back out there, I mean, like, yeah, I was trying to remember that person's name yesterday because there is a similarly crazy woman in fucking Greece named Sunsi who is convinced that Lawler is stalking her. She's actually about to go to jail for 6 months because she was caught with a knife, and she's been in and out of mental wards and so forth. And I think she makes her living as a prostitute, is what I'm hearing there. And she's just totally batshit crazy. You can see the YouTube videos, and you can just feel like the paranoia dripping off of each of them. And like I said, these crazy fucking people consume such an outsized amount of our attention, right? It's always the people with like the insufferable problems that you can't fix them, right? There's nothing that we can do that is helpful to them, and in some ways, like it almost feels like shunning them completely would be like a lot more humane, right? Because they're not getting anything good from IRC. They're getting some like sense that people are paying attention to them because their words appear on the screen, but we're not paying attention to them. They're not part of the fabric of the chat. They're not acknowledged. They don't get like any kind of positive feedback. There's nobody there that will help them. So it really is just kind of like an ersatz community that they latch onto that never feeds anything positive back into them. And it's just like they cling to it as they're spiraling down this drain. And the whole time, like it didn't help, right? It just made things worse. In some cases, people will like actively latch onto them and feed their delusions because it's funny. See, like Perak, that's absolutely what's happening to him. He's just been fashioned into a lolcow over like a decade. Guy has like the mentality of like an 11-year-old child, and I'm partly responsible because I've been getting into this shit with him forever. Um, and it's just like it's not helpful for these people. Like that is not a good social outlet for them. These are people who need like the guardrails of some kind of like heavily moderated Discord server, or like a therapy group or something like that. The kind of freeform conversations that we have and so forth, they're not helpful to them, and they can't parse the shit that we're saying either. They're I'm not trying to say that they're mentally infirm and like some of these people can't read and so forth. I'm not trying to devalue that. It's just like the context of the world the context of the world that woman was living in, where she believed that everybody was out to get her and like the government was coming after her, and there's like a radio and her vibrator and like all this insane shit like that. They're just their day to day is dealing with a reality that's completely divorced from hers. Oh shit. At Zach ZYZ, my grandfather was a B-17 tail gunner in World War II, and he passed away this week. R.I.P. Corporal E.T. Flood, and bless you for your service. Well, he made it to another Memorial Day. So shout-outs to Corporal E.T. Flood. You will be missed. Yeah, man, like all that we can take from those people is just like be thankful every day that you wake up and you can fucking think. I woke up like kind of hungover today, and I was like, all right, I'm just waiting for the engine to spin up and start turning so I can work on this book. And I could have woken up fucking schizophrenic today and believe that the mayor is Batman and like he wants to haul me away to his bat cave to experiment on my anus or whatever batshit shit. But yeah, like any one of us could be struck down at any fucking point. Like you can have an aneurysm tomorrow and wake up a completely different person. Like all the people that are stroking out from whether it's like after effects of COVID or whether the vaccines are really full of 5G or whatever the fuck is going on there. Just stroke prevalence is huge. Like there's a lot of people with clots and so forth. A stroke can completely change you. It's just like a car driving through your brain, knocking shit out, and it can take months or years or never to reroute all the stuff that's going on. So yeah, like it's just a good time to be thankful that your grip on reality is relatively sound, and like everybody, all of us can see shadows of ourselves in those people. We can see like our own inclinations toward paranoid thought or disorganized thought, or we can see our own narcissism like biting us in the ass. So yeah, that's no bueno. I will say that I had an opportunity to steal a tremendous amount of money from that woman, right? Like I could have taken fucking everything, and it's one of those things where she was like offering, and I was like, nah, no, can't do it. Even at a point where I really needed money too, and I was just like, no, I'm not going down this road. The like timeline where I'm defrauding people who are insane and can't take care of themselves. So yeah, yeah. If anything is willed to me or anything like that, I had no part in that shit, and I'll accept it. But I told her to leave me alone about 1,000,000 times and threatened like the cops and orders of protection and shit like that. I was to the point where I was like, I know the precincts that are near her and shit like that. I never had to file an order of protection because eventually she got it together a little bit and fucked off. But this is also a 14-page chapter. We got to work on this motherfucker. Yeah, it's crazy how this dramatical nonsense chases me everywhere I go, even onto my Fantasy Furbies are a byproduct of Satan. Well, I can believe that. That doesn't sound crazy to me. Although it's a real throwback there to Furbies. What was it? We had a neat throwback yesterday where I said something like, "Man, Steely Dan fucking rules," and this guy, Detro, had just blazed like a giant fucking spliff, and he like linked. No, he linked. No. We started talking about Steely Dan, and he was talking about, yeah, like I was listening to like Get Back Jack or something like that earlier, and I just linked a screenshot of my my Spotify, which at that very moment was playing the song that we were talking about, like moments of IRC synchronicity. But or the algorithm is driving us all to listen to Steely Dan. It could be anything. Let me see. In the 2 nights since the robbery, El Shalah and I remember hacking Furbies into creating really cool and distorted and insane sounds back in the day by bridging a wire between two random places on the PCB. That's kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, for a while, people were really into that circuit bending shit. From time to time, you'll find like a piece of musical equipment that pops up on Craigslist where the person's like, "Yo, I circuit bent this speak and spell," or this alarm clock or whatever there, and they always have some insane price for it. Um, Nobody buys it. Such is life. Hmm. Yeah, like I mean, all those guys that were like deep into circuit bending and so forth, they should just be like on Eurorack now. You can do so much crazy shit in VCV. It's insane. Um, you can learn like the whole synthesis and FM modulation and all kinds of. Um, Hold on, some idiot I need to ban. Oh no, it's just Dave. LOL. Where is the shit with Jigsaw saying this person? Jigsaw is also not a reliable narrator. So if that happened, let me see. Dark Mage, Shimmer. We got like the QPT Spurgat. I didn't actually see any chats from there. Let's see. Always mad that Vapor is back. You can see everybody is happy that Vapor is back, and he hates it because nobody's happy when he comes back. Yeah, I don't see any shit from Jigsaw in the back scroll. What timestamp was it? Remember, I'm GMT -6. I see people chatting about them Denver Nuggets. Hold on. Let me see what the fuck happened here. I don't see Jiggy talking at all. I'm just gonna have to stop streaming this process. It is not helping me. It's just getting worse. All right, so here's 4 a.m. No, I don't see where anybody would say shit. Also, how would Jigsaw even fucking find out? Unless he was somehow involved in this whole shit. Hold on, was it in? It wasn't in Stress. All right, I don't fucking know. Let me see. I'll scroll back. No. Oh, you can't fucking search in 12 hours ago? Oh, I would have still been awake and I didn't see that shit going on. Again, with any chat or death, because people, when they fall off of relevance, they like to fake their deaths and stuff like that. Yeah, feel free to just paste whatever the relevant line is into the chat because I'm not going to scroll back for it. IRC clown. Yeah, what's up, Jira? Mm-hmm. No, you can just paste it here in the YouTube chat. Just paste whatever Jigsaw said, and then I'll try to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, so Jigsaw. I don't want to say that he's like a liar, but he's an unreliable narrator. Load, a door died. How would he fucking know? Because she's in California, he's in Toronto. And I don't know. I don't have knowledge of a web, like a social web, that would connect the two. So unless a door is like a real person. I don't know. Let's see. Like, there's definitely like enough. Um, unless he created the Adore character and just patterned it onto an existing woman, which is something that you could potentially do. I'm trying to think if she ever called into the show or whatever. Yeah, just those two lines is all we got. Like, it's not enough context to know if somebody's like actually dead. Until you need. Fuck, I don't know if I even kept the dossier on them because it's been about 2 years since they bothered me. Let me see. I had to ban that person off of Patreon and PayPal because I'm not going to take money from somebody who's insane in the membrane. What else did I have to do? I don't think I ever had to get feds or cops involved because there were death threats, but they were not credible death threats. It was just like just somebody who is utterly mad. Yeah, that is like a classic Jigsaw. I don't know how he would come by that information, right? I don't know the full extent of where Jigsaw is there. Okay, so there was a. She would have been a chatter in Pound Depression 2 or something like that, right? So that would have been where he encountered her. So he would have gotten that news from either Depression 2 or an offshoot of one of those channels, right? So that's where he would have gotten the data. So somebody else knew them, and then he related to me because he knew, all right, that makes more sense to me rather than him like having a direct relationship with that. Just PM with the log and ask for the lowdown. That's not how chatting with Jigsaw works. Yeah, he's not he's a little reticent, not reticent. All right, there we go. Okay, what's cool? no, 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 no. Also, like, I believe there's like a 75 to 85% chance that that person is dead. So I don't. That's enough for me. Like we don't have like any interaction. So um, it's more fun to just try and conclude based on the existing knowledge where it is, and then also if I start making a big deal out of it, other people will fucking latch onto it, and they'll like the general people who like, oh, I see some vulnerability, let me attack on this thing, and then even if you don't care, you will have to hear about that shit for months and months and months. You just can't show any emotion to these fucking piranhas. Mm. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's even on the scale where we would mention that person on the show. They're just like another entry on the list of listeners that have committed suicide. Kevin Clerk, Cake Drink, Areems, Ass Hurt, many more where they're not springing immediately to mind. But yeah, it's over 25 years of a show. We really have lost a lot of people. Fuck. Um, what is a quay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like. Wait, how do you pronounce quay? Is it quay or koi?
Key,
Key? Oh fuck, I wasn't even close.
key,
Wait, hold on, I'm Korean.
key, 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 key.
Oh, I have definitely said quay a million fucking times and embarrassed myself. Ooh, that's no bueno. This is quite a paragraph that we just dump on the reader, by the way. Deleting a lot of comments. What? Who's deleting comments? Oh yeah, like yeah, you can't. You just can't dump. So originally, Rapasaurus was written in like a much coarser style. It was originally like kind of verging into grimdark in the first part of it, where we're like really talking up how wretched the town is and the people and the carbuncles and the pustules and the blah 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 blah. And it just we hit the note too many times. And also later on, the story is like a little. Like, I want it to be a pretty dark story, but not like um not grim dark. You know what I mean? Not to the point where it's almost self parodying with how like goth it tries to be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is a good example here of too much exposition. So we're just trying to get across like what this is meant to be, like El Shalah's backstory, and gives you um, a bit of um, Okay, and we're also this is her first POV chapter, and like it's not doing an exceptional job of getting the POV that I want for her across. God, I wish you could just turn off fucking notifications entirely on Mac. Like all the I bet you can if I would just sit down and fucking work at it. But all the like, ooh, Mac OS X, blah blah blah, upgrade to Ventura or whatever. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to update my systems. Like it never gets better. Oh. Mm. Mm. Oh. There are far more people who gain positive things from the LRH experience. I think it's about 50-50, positive and negative. Because you have to realize for like every member of the community, there's somebody somebody out there on a Friday night taking that long voyage into the abyss. And like their experiences are like half positive, half negative too. Some people learn a valuable lesson. Other people waste my gas money to come all the way out here, you know. Um, Not to mention like all the people that we fight with and so forth. It's perfectly balanced, half good, half evil. Oh, I still think it's funny. I've never not found that funny. Uh, oh, the other are like, yeah, I think it's about 50-50, but it's definitely not like you couldn't call it a positive force. Uh, I just want to. I think you're just overstating how much of a big deal that was. Like as soon as I knew like what this woman was, it's just a matter of time until she's dead and in hell. Um, that's just all there is to it. Like you just can't run that fucking firmware for long before you tear yourself into a freight train or OD or get locked up forever or murder somebody and get locked in prison. It's just that's all there really is to it, and we can't just lock these people up, I guess. Because I mean that's just another one of those like bad endings there. But yeah, I would also like investigate a little further before reaching the conclusion that they're actually dead. Many IRC chatters have been proclaimed dead and then not. So until I see like I'm not even sure that Lit Up is dead. Right, I'm 98% sure he's dead, but I have not seen a fucking death certificate. Right, like until I see like a coroner report, I'm not fully convinced. Oof. Long form death certificate. Oh, Oh, yeah, that's a rough one right there. Hmm. I don't like proper young lady, by the way. I do like the Tinkerton is the city's bloody asshole where everyone fucks everyone else over, and the only relief from being buggered was buggering somebody else. That's a good sentence if you can earn the right to say it, which I have not done. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How am I gonna fucking say this right here? Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like completely abandon trying to do like any kind of rewriting on the stream. It just doesn't fucking work, man. I said I was gonna give it the month of May to see what we could get done, and I just have to say it's a fucking failure to tell you the truth. This is like a tenth of my rate that I can write at. Right? Yesterday, I got distracted by some e-girl and spent like 2 hours to write a paragraph and just like arguing with them over anime. It's just, oh, it's just like I have to revise. And the problem is, I really like the editing stream, and I think it's valuable. and really builds like a cool community and so forth. But in terms of like actually sitting down and rewriting chapters, like I have what is it? I have this thing, but it's chill and I like it. Yeah, well, it's chill and you like it, but it is like uh it's fucking me up, to tell you the truth. Like I'm not getting done what I need to get done, and like I could spend this time more productively and doing something else there. What I probably need to do is to somehow recalibrate my sleeping schedule so I can wake up at like 7 and go like right in a coffee shop like I used to. I just get a lot more done when I'm outside of the house or whatever. All right, but yeah, I can just see this kind of like breaking up on the rocks and foundering. Let me call it, and I will try and use the time productively to like hook up some stuff I've been meaning to hook up in the studio and so forth. Yeah, I think I just have to do this whole writing deal off of the stream. But the other part of it too is like today it's necessary to like hook up the air conditioning in here. Like I've been putting it off, and today's the day. It's the humidity is too fucking high in New York, so I'm like sweating. R.I.P. But I understand. I hear you. Yeah, just what could I fucking do? I wonder if I could like pipe in some. What I probably the thing that I have to do is just not look at chat in any way, shape, or form. So I could easily just pipe in. Hold on, let's see. Is there? Let me see. Use Open Radio. Using. Listen anywhere on. All right, so there is a streaming classical radio or whatever. I could potentially have that streaming into this. What does it sound like here? I'm the only person listening to this. Okay, cool. So yeah, I could do something like that where it's basically like royalty free thing. I'd still get hit by DCMAs and so forth. So I could potentially have that going on in the background whilst we're editing slash what have you. Because yeah, I need to like isolate myself from shit like getting into like an IRC mindset and so forth. It's my own fault for reading the chat, but all right. As I've said that, hold on, let me try and fucking figure this out anyway. Oh yeah. So we gotta get those two. All right, that needs like a complete fucking rewrite. All right, well at least I know what I need to do tomorrow. Yeah, let me call it. We'll try to get. I'll try to get like some actual setup done here on a few things that I've been meaning to do or whatever. We do have the main show tonight, and then yeah, I think I'm gonna try. In June, what we'll try to do is just if I'm doing the rewrite, I may just have like a more cozy stream with like classical music where I'm just trying to plow through it and not doing like the back and forth, because I do other shows where I have audience interaction and it's more fruitful for me. All right, well, thank you, Jira and Milkness and whoever else is out there, and yeah, hopefully better luck tomorrow.